Take two.
Bye. Take two. 2 of 4. Let's do this.
It's a marathon day of recording.
It is. But the nice thing is it'll be broken up and then we'll get our night free, which is really
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Because I have a lot of shit that I need to do, like
Mhm.
just around my house, having come back from vacation. So it is nice to
You know what else? It helps when there's a fucking snow day again and school's
again,
canceled. So
every other fucking week.
my kid
This
has
is
the next 3 Fridays off anyways. Well, he had this one off for a snow day and he has the next 2 off. I don't know why.
Yeah, she had last Friday off, this one off, and the next one off. So
They even go to school?
I'm gonna be like, are they going to school until July 4th or
Literally.
let us know so I can plan for summer care or not. It's so irritating.
So this PS episode's probably gonna piss some people off.
It's probably you're probably
And you
not
know
gonna
what?
like it.
It is what it is.
That's
Because
not my
here's the thing.
problem.
Everything that we're stating is like a harsh truth that people need to hear in order to change their own behavior, right?
Absolutely.
So we're talking about sticking to your boundaries without personalizing the other person's response to those boundaries, right? When we set a boundary with somebody, it is for ourselves and we are showing respect to ourselves by setting this boundary. How that other person decides to respond to said boundary is none of your business. Unless you're being a dick about how you're setting the boundary, right?
Right.
Like if you're being appropriate, let's just
Right.
assume for the sake of the episode, you're being appropriate and respectful. How
Yes.
they respond to your boundary, whether or not they like your boundary, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Each and every time you set a boundary with somebody, but then you decide, well, like this one time, I'll let it slide. And then the boundary's bent, you're disrespecting yourself. Period. And that's the end of the episode. I'm just kidding.
And scene.
Scene.
Just a couple of uh-huhs from Mari and then we're done. Then there's 2 ways I want to take this, but 100% agree with everything that you're saying. And I think what is helpful for people to understand is this is something that Stephanie and I absolutely still struggle with. And I would say maybe more than Steph in the sense of like clients and setting boundaries with clients, right? I think there is I was going to say a lot. I don't think it's a lot. I think there's it's not even imposter syndrome. It is maybe like, I want to be perceived as a good therapist. And I know that I'm a good therapist. I know that. And I want my clients to feel like I'm a good therapist, which I know that too, because I'm full and I've been fucking full for a very long time. And I try to squeeze people in. Here's the thing though. I have to create better boundaries with my clients as I get more full and do not have the ability to make accommodations because I don't. And it's not me trying, it's not me being an asshole. It's not me being any of these things. It's me setting a boundary for myself that if I'm setting a boundary with these people, it has absolutely nothing to do with them and everything to do with me, my family, and my mental health, my, ability to give myself to you. Like it has everything to do with me and nothing to do with you.
There's a stigma as a mental health provider that we need to be available to people at all times because they're in some sort of crisis. That's not realistic.
No.
I cannot take care of myself if I'm trying to take care of everybody else and put out fires constantly. That is not what an outpatient therapist does.
No, not at all.
And so there's this guilt associated with, well, if I don't respond, I'm going to feel bad. And then they're going to feel like they're left alone and they're going to feel abandoned. I'm not responsible for those feelings though. I'm not. And that is not to sound harsh. If you take it harsh, that's your perception.
That's your prerogative. Well, yeah. Yes. But we are adults sitting here saying like, it is not meant to be like, fuck this person, blah, 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 blah. It has everything to do with, I am one person and I see over 40 people. I cannot be the end all be all for all of those 40 people. I am me first. And then second to that, I'm a mother.
I was just going to say, and then I'm a mom.
And then third to that, I'm a partner. And those 2 roles are very fucking important to me. And I've worked my ass off to have those roles. So I have to take care of myself and then my home. And my boundary being set, it has everything to do with me and nothing to do with you. And you have to look at the levels of care that you have available to you. Outpatient therapy is not meant to manage crises constantly.
No. If you're having constant crises, then you need a higher level of care.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. If you can't go a week without speaking to your therapist, like, we need to look at a higher level of care. Yep. Period. And it has nothing to do with you being a terrible person or a bad person or not, I'm too much or any of these things. Those are all that's a personalization on your end that has to be challenged. Where were those things said? You are also missing a completely other side of the fact that you're dealing with another human who also has their own life, their own family, their own struggles,
their own emotions, correct.
Their own emotions, their own things that they're going through. And also, like, even school, snow days, sicknesses, like all of those things. Take away the fact that we have other fucking roles, but in the sense of like just the general life things that come up that we are not in control of, where we can't help when those things happen.
Think about this. If you set a boundary with a person you are trying to distance yourself from, and you say, like, I don't want any contact, and that person reaches out to you anyways, and then you respond, you are breaking the boundary that you set, and you are sending mixed messages.
And you are teaching that person that your word doesn't fucking mean anything.
Correct.
How many times have I had this conversation? One with myself before I was with Jeffrey, because your girl needed to get her goddamn life together. And then with clients now moving forward of, if you're setting the boundary that you don't want to speak to this person anymore because you understand that this person isn't healthy for you, why are you responding?
Yes.
Because I wanted to, or because I wanted to see what was going to happen. I wanted to see if they were going to
felt bad.
Here's the thing. You are not going to get the answers that you want. That person has shown you who they are. Why do you keep going back thinking, you know what, maybe it's changed? No, it's not. It's not. There has been no actionable steps to show you that it's been changed. So how is it going to be changed? Like, that's the definition of insanity. Nothing has changed. So you're just going to keep going back and doing the same thing over and over again. Huh?
And you're also showing them that you're going to put them before you're putting you first, right?
100%.
Because, you gave, quote unquote, gave into them versus keeping the boundary that you set for the well-being of you. And that was what it was from the jump. So when you send all these mixed messages, you can't get mad at that other person for not following it.
Exactly. It is. Let me be very clear. It is not another person's job to manage your boundary. It is yours. It is your job to manage, to enforce, to enact, to continuously set your boundaries. People don't like boundaries. They're going to consistently push on them. That happens.
Same thing. So for example,
job to reinforce it.
I don't work Fridays. I haven't worked Fridays in forever. I will not respond to client emails on the weekends unless it is an actual emergency. Yeah. And it's not a matter of, well, I had time, I was like on my phone. If I start doing that, I'm allowing people to invade the space that I keep sacred for me.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And it's a matter of like protecting my own peace, needing a break from like talking to people in general. And it's just a boundary that